Hi, if you have a behavior that you cannot stand, something that you keep doing that's getting you problems in relationships, this could be things like maybe you flip out on your partner or on people in your life that you love. Maybe you have a bunch of jealousy type issues that get you to do certain behaviors that you have struggled with all your life. Maybe you get a hot temper or feel like you're hot-headed at times, just have a hard time controlling yourself. Oftentimes that's driven by anxiety, and I'm going to give you a quick tip on something that can be really powerful and help you change it. Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm passionate about helping you understand what relational trauma is so that you can heal, overcome, and move on with your life. So today, everything comes from my book, How to Stop Chasing Rejection. I will put a QR code on the screen and you can find it on Amazon. Okay, also it's going to be in the description if I said that or not. So in looking at behaviors, a lot of times, especially if you struggle with codependent traits, if you've been accused of being controlling, jealous, demanding, if you feel like you're intrusive, if you feel like your relationships just don't work out, most times that's driven by anxiety. So you start to feel a little bit of anxiety and then you want to reach out to another person and either try to control what they're doing or get them to do something different. And sometimes that works to bring our anxiety down, but a lot of times it just increases it. So this is a tip on how to get more self-control, become more aware, so that you're not just reaching out to try to get someone to do something different, but that you can actually look within yourself, process through it for yourself, and then hopefully come to a different conclusion. So this is actually a diffusing technique that comes from mindfulness practices, and it is going to help us just to have a reflection of what it is we are thinking and what it is we're feeling. And we want to do this before we try to approach another person. So as soon as you start to feel like you want to control someone else, or you start to just think about what they're doing, and you know that like what comes next is you losing self-control in whatever degree that looks like, what you want to do is first take some breaths. So you want to realize, okay, I'm being overwhelmed by my river. And when you take a breath in, you can breathe in for 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds, and then breathe out for 5 seconds. Do that a couple of times. And in your mind, imagine that river that was just overwhelming you. As you're breathing, you're actually getting out of the river, and now you're on the bank. So now you're on the shore and you're looking down into the river. And here is the key. You want to identify 3 things you were just thinking. So what were you just thinking just a second ago when you were really about to go get somebody? So as you're thinking that, you just imagine those thoughts floating past you in your river. So there goes the thought of, they always do this. Here we go again. They're such a liar, or whatever terrible, things can go through our heads at times. Just what are you seeing wash past you? And then you want to think of 3 things that you are feeling. There goes frustration, there goes disappointment, and there goes anger. So whatever it was you were just feeling, you try to imagine that going past you in the river. It is such a powerful thing when you can identify what you were thinking and feeling, because a lot of times it's like, okay, now let me challenge it. Is this real? Does this person always do this? No. They might do it once a month, or they might have done it every 6 months, or I feel like they're doing it once a week, but do they always do it? No. And whatever other thought you were just thinking, have a way to challenge that. Is this true? What proof do I have to support this? And sometimes it takes us a minute, but for the most part, they're usually not rational. When you are being overwhelmed by your river, you usually jump into crisis mode and you're not thinking clearly. So it could be really irrational thoughts, and you can see how the emotions that we're feeling are driving these thoughts, and then we're going to have our behavior. So if I'm thinking someone's a liar, I'm probably going to come at them really very differently than if I feel like I need to understand them better, right? If I'm like, I don't understand this, I need to get a better understanding, versus you liar, that's like one's fighting mode and one is from a place of discussion and conversation. So it's really important when you're overwhelmed by your river, and you'll know that because you're really going to just start blowing someone's phone up, right? You're going to text, or call, or you're going to tell them like, right now, we need to talk right now, no matter what it is they have going on. That is an indicator, okay, I'm actually being overwhelmed by my river. I need to go deal with my thoughts and emotions first. Then I need to decide what it is I want to talk about, if I still do, and then I need to approach the other person. So if you feel pressure to talk right now, if you feel that urgency to talk right now, unless it's a true emergency, which most times it's not, but it feels like that in the moment, if you feel like it's right now, that's your indicator. I need to go deal with my thoughts and with my emotions. So I hope you found this tip helpful. You could use this for anger management related issues, jealousy related issues, or anytime that you feel like you just kind of build in a relationship and then you destroy it verbally, and then you build it and destroy it, a lot of times it's from needing to have more mindful practices incorporated in our daily lives so that we can deal with ourselves before we try to put it on another person. So again, you can find all of this and more from How to Stop Chasing Rejection. It's available on Amazon. I'll also put some more videos on the screen for you to go and learn more about relational trauma between now and my next video. So take good care, and I'll see you in the next one.